Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and if you love Bethesda and are not a subscriber to the KingFanMan channel, why not? Hit that button. We continue our search for the scariest places in Fallout 76. Today we travel to the capital of West Virginia, Charleston, and the Capitol building itself. The state capitol complex located in Charleston, West Virginia was completed in 1932. However, the first capital of West Virginia was actually located in Wheeling when West Virginia became a state in 1863. The capital was moved to Charleston in 1870, but it was moved back to Wheeling in 1875. Finally, the citizens voted on August the 7th, 1877, to make Charleston, West Virginia, the permanent capital. Sitting on the banks of the Kanawha River, the Capitol complex is actually the sixth Capitol building in West Virginia history, and it is best known by its most obvious feature, the 293-foot gold leaf dome. And yes, it is real 14-karat gold. And the 293-foot dome just happens to be 5 foot higher than the United States Capitol Dome in Washington, D.C. Cass Gilbert is the famous architect that designed the beautiful and striking Italian Renaissance building. Among some of his other accomplishments were designing the Woolworth Building in New York, the United States Supreme Court Building in Washington, D.C., the New York Life Building, the George Washington Bridge, and, my very favorite, my home state, Arkansas's state capitol. And he also designed many other buildings. Needless to say, he was an extremely talented man. The exterior of the building is made of buff India limestone, and it took more than 700 truckloads of limestone and over 4,600 tons of steel to finish the construction. Upon completion, the state of West Virginia had spent just over $10 million on the Capitol complex. The building was constructed in 3 stages. The west wing was finished in 1925, the east wing in 1927, and the rotunda connecting the 2 wings was finished in 1932. The Capitol complex was dedicated to the state by Governor William G. Conley on the state's 69th birthday, June 20th, 1932. The Capitol building comprises 535,000 square feet of floor space and features 333 rooms covering 14 acres of beautiful riverfront property. No doubt this is a gorgeous location both on the outside and on the inside, and it is certain to be a very special place in Fallout 76 as well. A common claim with historical buildings is that of ghosts and/or hauntings. Maybe because of the age of the buildings, or sometimes because of what those buildings have seen through the years. Or maybe it's because it is such a special place. A place that is certain to attract people and spirits from miles around. Now, before we get into some of the specific accounts of ghosts at this location, let me give you some interesting information that just might be making this place the spiritually active place that people are saying that it is today. There are a few features of the Capitol building that paranormal experts say are giving spirits more energy to reveal and manifest themselves. The first feature is that of the limestone that the outside of the building is made from. There are major studies underway not only by paranormal investigators but also by universities and scientists that believe that certain stones may hold energy and may allow spirits to draw energy out from them. Quartz and limestone are the 2 with the highest levels of held energy. So this building is a gold mine, or should I say a quartz mine, for this kind of held energy. Now, many researchers say that spirits are everywhere. It's just that they cannot be seen. But in certain places, they are giving the energy that allows them to manifest, which the Capitol building would certainly be one of those places. Another feature in regards to energy is water. Researchers say that many hauntings are located close to a large body of water, and if it is moving water, it makes it even more powerful. Well, the Capitol is 3 for 3. It is full of limestone, quartz, marble, and other stone. Number 2, it is sitting literally feet away from a large body of water. And number 3, of course, that body of water is the Canal River, so it is definitely moving. Now, just to make all that I've said clear, these things do not cause paranormal activity, but many believe that they do give any spirits that may already be present a greater ability to manifest and have power into this physical world. So the conditions are right at the Capitol, but are there any spirits there to use that energy? Well, if you talk to anyone who works at the Capitol complex and ask them if there are any spirits roaming the halls of the stately old building, you will most likely get a very strong yes. In fact, reports from maintenance and janitorial crews who work the night shift will be the first ones to tell you that the buildings at the Capitol complex are most definitely haunted. One janitor worker stated that it is a nightly occurrence to see and hear strange things in the building, and that there are some parts of the building that no one is willing to go alone after it's dark. Trying to figure out who or what is haunting the Capitol is where it gets difficult. Most of the strange sightings and happenings are generally credited to three different spirits. The first they simply call the Woman in Red. She has been seen roaming the halls so often that it's almost not surprising anymore when she is seen. Well, that's after the moments of shock and fear wear off from knowing you just came in contact with a ghost. Now, there is debate about who this Woman in Red may be. To be honest, no one really knows. Maybe this is the reason she continues to be seen. Maybe she wants someone to know her story, or simply her name. Another spirit that is seen quite often is that of a man who is thought to be a maintenance worker who died on duty at the Capitol of a heart attack. Some have also thought that some of the ghostly activity may be from those who perished in the 1921 Capitol fire. The fire broke out on January the 3rd, 1921 at 3:15 p.m. before the new building was completed. The fire report says it was first spotted in the 4th floor storage room, which was the attic of the old building. Strangely enough, the flame and the smoke didn't take any lives that day. However, a large brick gable with a heavy stone arch over a window in the rear center wing collapsed, killing one man instantly, but also severely injuring several others, including a fireman who did not survive his injuries. It is unknown how many of those who were classified as critical actually passed that day. Investigators could not find the cause of the fire and stated in the report that it probably would never be known why the fire actually started. There is one more known ghost inside the Capitol complex, and this ghost has a physical reminder that is ever present, and it is known simply as the suicide stain. In the West Wing, very close to room W201, which is the office of the state attorney, there is a stain on the floor covering 6 pieces of the expensive tile. Within this stain, you can mostly make out a human form in the fetal position. And the belief is that this is the stain that was left by the state attorney from the 1930s, who was found embezzling state funds and who took his own life just outside his office at W201. Now, this part of the Capitol is said to be very active with paranormal activity, with the workers inside the state attorney's office reporting hearing noises, voices, objects moving, and even seeing the apparition of a man, and all of these things happening in broad daylight. The truth of the matter is the Capitol building, including the whole Capitol complex, seems to be a very active place for some very strange things. Is it because of the tragedies that happened in its history, or because of the limestone and river close by? Whatever the reason, the workers at the Capitol, both day and night shifts, will quickly tell you it is most assuredly haunted. I, for one, would think twice before I would walk down those dark halls all alone. So when you finally make it to Charleston and walk up on the Capitol and enter those beautiful doors, will you see the Woman in Red? Will you hear the voices of the distant past? Or maybe see the maintenance man still working hard long after he left this world? Will you walk up and find the stain that shows clearly where the state attorney took his life? Will you be brave enough to walk down the halls of the Capitol complex all alone? One other thing that we know about Charleston and the Capitol in the game of Fallout 76 is this is one of the areas that is going to be targeted with the nuclear bombs, and we've seen it in the trailer, in fact, as well. So I just wonder how that's going to affect the Capitol itself. We know it's still there, but I wonder what kind of damage it's going to create, what kind of creatures are going to spawn there, how interesting that will be. And another thing, by the way, in Fallout 76, it appears that the Canal River is dry. Just some little facts. Hope you enjoy exploring the Capitol complex in Fallout 76. I want to thank you for getting your Bethesda fix as always, right here in the King's Corner. Please check all my links down below. If you haven't, follow me, like me, do all those things. We have Discord as well. And if you can and if you're able, check out my Patreon page and consider supporting me in the KingFanMan channel. I would appreciate it more than you could ever know. I am the KingFanMan. I'll see you soon.